Citizens of Plutopille, your world is in danger. To all of those watching Jeopardy, I am so sorry to derail your television routine, but the means are beyond me in terms of hacking cell phones. I never figured out how to do it. Forget tonight's lottery numbers. Call your kids, call your grandkids. We're in a state of national emergency. My name is Alan Wakefield. I'm a local scientist and physical engineer. I live in one of these apartments on Broad Street. If you go left off of Pine and go west for, I don't know why I'm giving directions in my speech. I never go outside. It's not like you've seen me. Listen, the point is, I've royally fucked up. And God, I shouldn't be swearing on network television. Old people I'm so sorry for calling you old. Listen, I promise this is important. Okay, for the past few weeks, I have been running tests on a man who once belonged to this world. He was my colleague, Harry Jacobson, a fine young practitioner of experimental physics, but his curiosity would soon come to destroy him after he began chasing a series of oscillating lights in the sky hovering above Redmond Square Park. I tried to chase him, but he was swiftly abducted. I witnessed this with my own 2 eyes. And simply put, I had no other explanation than to pin it on extraterrestrial life. 5 days later, he was discovered in a nearby sewage-infested bog with no sense of identity and no memory of how to read, write, type, or eat. So I tried to retrain him, and I made decent headway too, as evidenced by this handwriting exercise.
Oh, Alan, I think that says I will slaughter you for prize?
Listen, I know, but that wasn't in the English comp book, okay? That just proves my point more, though. I started running tests on him because the further that he progressed, the less human he became. Towards the end of my experiments, I couldn't even enter my lab on account of the fact that every 12 hours, he'd emit this eerie screeching sound like he was yelling out across timelines. But I figured it out. If you pitched down his bellowing just enough to where fully fledged humans could hear it, you could make out a sort of rhythmic pattern. Through my admittedly rudimentary knowledge of linguistics, I eventually realized he was repeating the following message to his former captors. It goes as follows. This world is of compromised integrity. Release the prisoners across this land. Assimilation, the only way to proceed. For those who don't know, all 10 members of Dugan Price's Goose Hunting Club vanished under mysterious circumstances less than a month ago, their names being featured below. If you recognize these individuals and you happen upon them, do not make the same mistakes that I did and attempt to provide them clothing, housing, and 3 nourishing meals per day. Instead, conjure up that misplaced sense of American justice, grab your nearest gun, and hightail it out of Dodge. Our Earth has been sentenced to death, and I am personally responsible for its execution. Naturally, I would like to apologize. Now, if you've taken my warning seriously, you've likely already begun packing up the station wagon, but please indulge me for a moment. My entire life, I've used science as a means of coping with the horrors of the natural world. The more I can understand, the less afraid I feel. But the walls I've used to guard myself have made me impenetrable. Therefore, I am known and loved by virtually no one, unless you count those impromptu sessions of phone sex, but I'd consider that more of an occupational service than a case of genuine intimacy. In the name of understanding humanity, I chose my line of work over simply being human. And I don't want to live this way anymore. So just before this, I spotted one of the assimilated goose hunting men traipsing around my apartment complex. Allow me to get his attention. I've left my journals and manuscripts in the hand of my cameraman, Jeremy, who is currently escaping out of the window to my right. Thank you for all the good work, Jeremy. You really are hope for humanity. I've lived a good life, not as long as I'd hoped, but as of the past few days, I came to the conclusion that my life would no longer be my own had I chosen to keep on living. And right or wrong, that is something I simply cannot bear. Even just staring at you now, I feel as if I have to justify some greater purpose as to why I'm doing this, some cosmically sound logic that can't be reasoned with, a sense of irrefutable proof that I'm not a coward, something to tell the world I'm not wasting my...